Sarah Palin is revving up new speculation on a presidential run by climbing in the back of a motorcycle. CBS News political correspondent Jan Crawford is in Washington with more on that. Hey, Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning, Jeff. I mean, Rolling Thunder is always a big event here, but yesterday it got significantly more attention.
Bristol's riding, Piper's riding, Todd's riding, yeah.
Sarah Palin rode into Washington Sunday on a motorcycle, part of the annual Rolling Thunder biker rally. It's the first stop on what she's calling her One Nation bus tour, taking her up the East Coast, including a stop in the pivotal state of New Hampshire. On Sunday, she made no moves toward announcing her candidacy, remaining tight-lipped on presidential aspirations and only thanking those who fought for our country.
It is a debt of gratitude we owe our veterans. They are who secure and have secured our freedom.
But the buzz over Palin's possible White House bid is as loud as the motorcycle she rode in on. She shook hands and waved to the crowds, looking every bit the politician, but still not moving any closer to running for the nation's highest office. So will she or won't she? It's a question only she can answer. But Senator John McCain, who plucked her from obscurity as his running mate in the last election, says she has a chance if she gets in the race.
Can she beat Barack Obama?
Of course she can. She can. Now, whether she will or not, whether she'll even run or not, I don't know.
Now, Palin is said to be headed toward the historical Civil War sites of Antietam and Gettysburg, as well as a visit to the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia as she makes her way up there to New Hampshire. But, you know, as for now, it's a guessing game which way she's headed when it comes to a presidential run. Jeff?
Well, let's talk a little more about that guessing game, Jan, because right now conventional wisdom seems to be that she's doing this more to keep her name in the news, to keep the profile up there, as opposed to a prelude to a serious presidential run. Have you seen anything to conflict with that?
No. I mean, no. That's the short answer. I mean, she has not started doing any of the things that candidates typically do, like, you know, setting up a campaign structure in the states or reaching out to some of those big money donors who can bring in the big bucks. I mean, if you think about it in that way, this bus tour seems more like a way for her to kind of keep her options open. She can stay in the public debate while she decides whether or not to run. But on the other hand, this is Sarah Palin we're talking about. So even though she's not acting like a candidate, she's someone who does not have to follow all these traditional old rules of campaigning. She can just throw them out the window and really run her campaign in a completely different way. But I mean, the short answer is no.
We appreciate the clean, straightforward answers, Jen. Let me ask, if Sarah Palin did get involved, if she got involved, who else would her candidacy hurt the most?
Oh, okay. I've got a short answer for this one, too. Tim Pawlenty, the former Minnesota governor, no question, Tim Pawlenty. I mean, he is trying to assemble this broad cross-section of voters. He's looking to knock off presumptive frontrunner Mitt Romney. So he needs those social conservatives and Tea Party followers, and he's been actively campaigning for those votes. And I think he's been making some real inroads that we're seeing out there. But a lot of those votes would go to Palin if she gets in, and that would really set his campaign back.
Another hopeful let's talk about here, Minnesota Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, who's, I think, maybe made some more serious indications that she'll join the race than Palin has. Do Bachmann and Palin compete for the same voters?
They do. I mean, they both will be competing for that same block of voters that Tim Pawlenty is hoping to get. I mean, Pawlenty and Palin and Bachmann, they're all going to be, Newt Gingrich, Rick Santorum, all these, Herman Cain. I mean, it's not just Bachmann and Palin. All these guys are going for the social conservatives and the Tea Party supporters. I mean, we have seen a lot of people saying, kind of positioning it where is Bachmann going to get in? If Palin doesn't, will Palin get in? Almost pitting those two against each other. I think we have to think a little more broadly because there are a lot of people who are going for those votes. It's not just the two women going head to head.
Jan Crawford in Washington this morning. Jan, good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.